Welcome to Aaron's English presentation. Let's begin.
Life goes like this. We born, then we grow. At that time, we face many good and bad situations, learn something new, and meet other people. And eventually, we die. Between these two short progress of life, we must do everything within only one body and one brain. That is too big limitation, isn't it? But what if we had one opportunity to change our life with someone else for a day? If feeling someone else's day is possible, whose day would you like to experience? Personally, I want to change my life with a random poor person. He could be a homeless or a sick person. Regardlessly, I want to change my life with one of them. From now on, I will explain why I think like this. Life is not always rainbows and sunshine. Inside the hidden shadow, there could be full of many failures. However, people cannot feel them well, and sometimes they think that they are in the shadow, which is not true. In vastly wide field, we are more precious than you think, even if we are mere dots in scale of universe. Also, it is true that it is hard to feel how worse it is. Of course, I have never thought that either, so I want to experience how dark inside the real shadow is and strive for being grateful for life. Always thank to life, even small things, is very primary attitude. This attitude can change your mind and sight completely different. Nowadays, people have a stereotype that money can do anything in society. Actually, that is true. Every basis is composed of money. However, a no money person is not able to have even one of them. By experiencing them, we can feel how actually precious the life is and appreciate for having the brightness and warmth. In society, people must communicate one another to live as a human, and it requires altruistically and cooperatively well-developed mind. That is an obvious reason why we should communicate and cooperate, but ironically, they cannot do those perfectly. Changing lives can help us shaping appropriate mental toughness for life. Live better by accepting other people's opinions completely. And this could be a plot twist for our life, which leads to the better future. Lesson learned, always try to thank everything.
Okay, good job. Now I have three more questions for you. You can give short answers if you wish. So my first question is, what do you imagine is the hardest part of a poor or homeless person's daily life?
Basically, we live inside our house and inside the blanket, so we can feel warm sleeping, but outside of the house we must sleep through cold and painful winds, and I think those gonna be the most hardest part in being a homeless person.
Right. So you think sleeping on the streets basically is the most difficult part. Okay. And my second question is, you mentioned that money can do anything in society. Do you think there are things that money can't buy or solve?
I don't think so, because also happiness or some abstract things can be bought by money, in my perspective.
Okay, so you think money can probably solve a lot of things.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. My final question for you is you talked about being thankful for even small things. Can you give an example of something small you're thankful for?
Let's take an example. When you go to school, we sometimes use a bus to go to the school, and this is also one of examples that you can experience in real life. And sometimes we think if we don't have time, we can call a taxi or take a train to go to the destination, but that is not obvious things. So this could be one example of being thankful for even small things.
All right. Okay, so that will be all for Aaron.